Afternoon, and welcome back to another Supercoach video. So today I just got a little update video. Um, as the title suggests, we're doing a weekly. We're doing the round 12 weekly. Still gonna do it. Definitely going to be doing it. So this is the team so far, and we're taking the first buy on, just the round 12 buys. So these are the 4 teams that I won't be picking primos for. Mid prices, rookies, whatever. But yeah, primos, can't be doing that. So a few changes to be made. I'm still not overly stoked about it, but there are a few choices in there that I want to keep. So start off with Dawson. I think he's the safest of the 600k players. I think it's just a safe stone that I can have in the back line because, like, looking at all these 600k defenders, it feels grotty. I'm just looking at them and I'm like, yeah, nah, you know what I mean? And it's like you either pick one or two, or you just send the whole thing and you have like 3 of them, 4 of them maybe. But I want to try and look for some value elsewhere. And that's where my next 2 picks come in, and that's Brayshaw and Houston. So you're probably looking at it and you're going, what's going on? But look, I've done a little bit of research, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Brayshaw was getting CBAs from round 20 onwards, which I think was 5 rounds. And he scored a few tons in there, which was nice. If that keeps up, then with the addition of Gawndy as well, you'll see the ruck. I'll get to that in a sec, but yeah, I think he can improve to 105, and it's the same with Houston. I can't see Brayshaw going backwards. He's hit prime age now. I think he's 27 and like a month or something like that. And Houston's like 26 and 8 months in or something like that. So Brayshaw for 105, Houston for 105. So why Houston? He's been a burn man in the past. Well, he's had a career best season. And he averages 19 points more in wins. And in my own little ladder predictor type thing, I have Port finishing top 6. I think they're primed to actually participate in finals and go well again. And I expect Houston to be one of those guys that steps up and goes 105 plus. So I'm looking for value. I'm hunting for it. Like, we are here just for one round, basically, at the end of the day, even though we are doing the whole season. And I like both Houston and Brayshaw's matchups. I think Houston has Hawthorn and Brayshaw has Collingwood, who they both historically, I think, score well against. So yeah, I'm happy with them. Just, to give it a chance. I'm not paying up for too many 600k players. Jack Bowes, he's still there. I don't have Yo. I think he's fine. I think he's training completely and stuff. It's just how the cash has sort of done its thing. If Bowes doesn't get up, I think I can go Bowes to Yo. But at the moment, Bowes is cheaper, so we'll take him. Hopefully he gets a gig. He should. But I think he was training in the midfield. I think someone was saying a little while back. Goda, he's having a fantastic pre-season. North fans love him. I mean, I'll pay out for a plain rookie in defence. Connor McKenna, according to Brisbane, he's Fagan's love child. He loves him. 167k for I'd imagine his best 22 player. Done. Lock it in. Josh Weddle, he's smashing it so far. He's been our best rookie by miles. I don't even think it's even close for second. He won our time trial. He's just been doing perfect things. He's probably a fieldable option. In all honesty, he's a fieldable option. But just currently as it stands, I've got him on the bench. He'll rake in the money I would expect if he keeps up going with what he's doing now. And Montgomery. So I had no idea who he was about like a week ago, and then I sort of people suggesting him and saw some vision, and he's actually training well. I think they drafted him. He's a mature age defender, and I can't imagine you'd do that if you didn't, have him playing. I think, but I mean it is Essendon, so I mean who knows what's going on. But he's been training well. 102k defender. If he plays, he plays. I'm happy for it. If not, there'll be other options. So, got him as my M1. I think he'll probably average around 120 again. I don't see him exploding to like a 125, but I don't see him decreasing to a 115 either. I think he's just a safe pick. He looks good in a few photos, a little bit of vision. Gave Ned Flanders, a bit of a rev up, which is good to see as well. Obviously, got to wait on him. He's not in my team currently, but it's a wait on him as well. Montempelli, I think he probably wins the Brownlow this year if he gets main mid time. It's not difficult, Bevo. You just do it. Can't believe they gave him a 2-year contract. But apparently, even Bevo himself looks better. So hopefully we get that mid time from Bont. Zach Merritt. So I did have Parrish. Parrish, he's been on light duties probably since he was born. He's apparently still another 2.5 weeks away, which isn't great. So I just chucked him Merritt. Finished the season like a house on fire, and I think he did well in the match sim. I think they had a match sim yesterday or early today or something. Look, are there better picks than Merritt? Yeah, but still, he didn't look great in those photos I saw of him. Maybe it was the haircut, maybe it was the lighting, but he looked ill. I obviously can't pick still, but just for people doing it normally. I don't know if he's this lock that people think he is. I mean, maybe I'm just overreading it. I hope I am, because he's a great player. But yeah, I mean, I've seen people with food poisoning look better than he did. He didn't look good, but that's right. We move. So Josh Kelly. So I was with Tom Green. It's just because I had the extra coin. I mean, we are talking about mainly Tom Green getting the mid time. Finn Callahan maybe. Perryman, his CBA striked to, I think, the last 3 games when I think it was Taranto that was out. His CBA spiked to 90 on an average for the last 3 rounds, so he's could be an option too. But I went with Jelly. I've liked what he's started this preseason. He's done what leaders do. He's just gone out there and just owned it so far from the very limited GWS information that I've seen. So why not? I mean, if there's ever going to be a season for Jelly to just explode, this is it. Because if it's not this year, it's never. And we've probably been saying that for ages too, but I don't think anyone would have predicted both Taranto and Hopper leaving in the same year and pretty much opening up the entire midfield. So if this new coach, I think it's Kingsley, I think if he's serious, like, you need Josh Kelly, Tom Green, Cogs as your main 3. Then you got Callahan working into it. I think Lockie Ash is a midfielder as well. I think there's another one as well that I'm missing, but and Perryman stuff. Like they've got options, but Jelly, he's if it's not this year, it's never. And Chris, I'm picking him. That's what this channel's about. That's what we do. 100%. Could his average go up? Possibly. I mean, he doesn't have to go in and get the ball himself. He just gets it on the outside from Titch and off he goes. Gonna love watching that. Hopper. So look, I've chucked him in. Look, I still got to see a bit from him, but yeah, I mean, it seems probably free. I don't say that with great confidence, but I hope I'm wrong. Hope he is a good pick. Will Ashcroft, I think he starts. That's pretty obvious. It's not great normally when top 8 teams get a top 5 draft pick. Sorry, top 8 teams from that on the ladder wise get a top 5 draft pick. I think the average is like 50. I did it earlier today. It was like 57 or something from those picks. Does 57 get Ashcroft to 350? I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know how to work that math, but if it does, well, shit, yeah. But no, I expect him to go well. He seems to be just all that, same as the other years, you know, your Dacos's and stuff. So I don't mind it, but ideally it would have been better if he went to, North and stuff like that. And Philip, who's been just training superbly, lock him in, I think. Whether it's on field or on the bench, he should play. He should play from what I've seen and heard so far. And the bench players are just whatever. I've heard some half decent things on Wagner, but like I've got money to flip whoever into whatever at the moment. So Rucks, Gawndy and Grundy, right? So I thought I went through the Rucks, which I've got them here. If I go down him real quick, Jared Wirtz, I expect him to come back because when he started versus half decent ruckman who went injured or ill at the time, his average was pretty. It was average. No doubt he can score. He's got the ceiling for it, but yeah, I don't know if I want to be paying 600k for Wits. English, it's like, does he get back to his best? Played 15 games last year, started like a house on fire again. He went 120 plus and then died in the ass. Got concussed, got ill. I mean, they've lost Dunkley as well. So, I mean, it's not a pick that I'm rushing into, but he's definitely in like the upper tier of Rucks. Like, Rucks are going to be shithouse this year. Sean Darcy, if he's fit and healthy, I actually quite like that pick, but I obviously can't pick him because Freo have the bye. But even though that he does get Jackson, that's his name. Sean Darcy is more of a ruck tap, and Jackson's more of a forward, anyways. So I really don't mind that at all. If you wanted to pick him, he looks good and he was manhandling Jackson, which is what you'd expect, Shrek and all that stuff. Go back up, and then the rest. O'Brien, I think he got dropped at some point during the year as well. Nick Nat, does he get back to his best? Maybe. Blitzarves, maybe improves to 100 if Scott gets Stanley and Segler playing at the same time. I think he wants to use him as a mid. Nankervis is one that I don't mind too badly either. Richmond have struggled with centre bounce attendances. Centre bounce wins. Now they got Taranto and Hopper. They should help. Should boost his hit outs to advantage. Only problem is though he's a clanger machine. Like if Chris, he owns a small factory outside of 7-Eleven. Nank owns a factory in the CBD. Like I think he's like 8th overall for total like averages for clangers. He's the only ruckman other than Laddams in the top 20, I think. Yeah, in the top 20 for rucks for clanger averages. So if he somehow tidies that up, he could average 105, 110 this season. And he's at the prime age too. I think he's 27, early 27s. So, I mean, in a season where anything could happen for Rucks, I mean, I don't think it's the worst pick. We'll see how we go. Gawndy, respect what he's doing, but I don't know, I'll pass. And look, Grundy, the way I see it is Grundy's going to get at least 60% CBAs. Or sorry, yeah, well, just ruck taps in general, whatever. Gawn, I see him as he's going to go forward, kick goals, and he's going to drift back more often than Grundy. That's just how I see it. That's how I see it playing out. But one that I am interested in, actually, I'll talk about Cameron. So Cameron's not been cited at all. As far as I'm aware of, no one's seen anything, no one's heard from him. I'm sure the coaches have, just not us as random people. No info on him at all. It's probably probably still in Bali or something. But yeah, nothing. And if you have information, I'm more than happy to hear it. But yeah, I've got nothing. And post Christmas, you got nothing for a week. That's not good. So I think I might just pass on him for now. But one that I am looking at is Lloyd Meek. So maybe I am reaching as a Hawthorn supporter, but I love the Lloyd Meek pick. When I saw that we traded O'Meara and a future fourth for Meek and a future second, I was stoked. I thought that to me, I think that's daylight robbery for us. I understand Freo when you get O'Meara and wants to go home. They're pushing for finals. They want experienced bodies, and that's fair enough too. But I don't know. I rate Lloyd Meek quite a lot. I remember I think it was last season. It might have been the season before. I think it was last season, but the coach was saying that Meek was matching Darcy. I don't know what his definition of matching is, but in games that he played with Darcy, he was averaging 86, 87 or something like that, roughly thereabouts, which is what he's priced at here. Does he need a season or two to really get into it? Possibly. But, I mean, Mitchell, coach, he's not dumb. I think if Meek if he has a solid preseason, which at the moment he has been from the reports, and he lines up R1, because obviously we've got Ned Reeves and Lynch. Yeah, look, if he lines up R1 and he's like straight up ruck, I'll pick him. I will absolutely pick him. Might go Grundy and Meek or something like that, or Grundy and not Grundy, sorry, Lynch and literally whoever. I'll probably still go Grundy. I don't think Grundy's the worst pick, even if you're doing it for overall. Madden, he's whatever. He's just placeholder or whatever. Cogs, I think it amazes me how he's not in that many teams. I mean, if I were playing normal, I'd be going Dunks, Cogs, Rosie, lock it in, seal it away, or whatever. But I mean, I would have thought he's going to get more CBAs, right? You are paying a hefty price, but he's going to get maybe 5% more, maybe. He's been doing some training over in Europe. I think he's been at the training coach there. I think he's there for about a week or two. So, look, I'm all for it. This is probably the last season we get Cogs in the forward line anyways, so that's fine. Rosie, so he was a standout in the training. He was match sim, I think, earlier today. I didn't hear anything on Butters. Butters, I think, is still a good pick, but yeah, Rosie, from one of the track watchers, he was stand out in the midfield. That's all I need at this current point in time. I mean, it is what you want to see throughout, but right now, when we've got very limited information, it's great. Oscar Allen, so he's going to slot right into where JJK was. So he has job security, which is great. Does he score well? He's not going to score as well as Kerno. That I'd put my house on. But 210k full forward. West Coast will do better this year, easily by miles, I think. No, they won't make finals or anything like that, not even close. But I'd be shocked if Allen didn't make at least 100k if he plays every game. If he plays, say, the first 8 rounds, or first 10 rounds, we'll go 10 rounds. I think he's a safe selection at a cheap price currently, unless I hear something otherwise that says he's not going to get up. McLean, I've just jumped on board with everybody else. I don't honestly know too much about him, but everyone seems to have him as a lock, so alright, we'll do that, no worries. Philippou, he's got a fetish for chest marks, apparently, from, again, track watchers, that he doesn't know what an overhead mark is. But aside from that, he's apparently training well. I think he was training in 40-degree heat or something somewhere and just destroying it, which is what you want to see. And Josh Bruce, who has been training in the back line, I believe he's going to be receiving an intercept defending role if he is up to it, as in if he's best 22. That's my only concern. Is he best 22? Because he finished the year like, I mean, as bad as Samson Ryan, really. It was horrible, horrible to watch. He was a liability everywhere. As soon as he came onto the field, it was a 17v18. It was that bad during that period. So, look, hopefully he's best 22, 161k. I'll pay for that. Van Ruyen, he's been destroying it. He should apparently slot straight into that full forward or centre half forward at least. He's done quite well. I think he kicked like 36 goals or something in 15 VFL games for his first season. So I expect to see plenty of him, whether or not it's early on or later on. He will play this year. And Kumbin just a filler, basically. So that's where the team is at. Round 12 bye. No Lions, Saints, Sydney, or Fremantle players. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully you're all doing well. And the next update video will be, I want to say maybe like a week after it's been revealed it's available for everyone. I don't know when that is. They've been a bit delayed this year with releasing all the fantasy stuff, but whenever that is, I'm guessing maybe early-ish Feb, I'll post another video. So other than that, sorry for the long one. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.